You're talking about Road, the movie, Love in Nepal.
I'm listening.
Yeah, me
Why
and
have you
Sonakshi
pointed
are
towards
just
him when you said Love in Nepal?
I don't know. Anyway, okay, so this has come a full circle, Tevar, and I'll tell you why. I was shooting with Sanjay Kapoor and Mohit Marwa, your cousin, on Freaky Fridays on this show, and suddenly Manoj Bajpayee calls in between. I tell the producer to pick up the call, and you said when you're coming on the sets, I had guarded him. I didn't let him leave before finishing the shoot, and today we are here discussing Tevar.
Sanjay Chachu had no interest in coming to the set also. He knew it's well taken care of and we were doing our job well. He's a very relaxed producer.
He's a relaxed producer. He's also worried about the money consumption.
Yes.
He said,
it's a very non-Kapoor trait.
I spend a lot of money, Devansh. You know, Boni and Anil don't spend.
No. Who? Sanjay Chachu?
No.
Jhoot.
Does he spend money?
I think out of all the family members, the one person who's magnanimous with spending money is my father.
Okay.
Sanjay is frugal when it comes. He's very intelligent when it comes to spending money. He's very sensible that way. It's like I said, it's a very anti-R Kapoor trait. Like I am a lot like my father in that sense. And Anil Chachu, I think somewhere in between.
We would just pick on the food and that's about it.
Yeah, he'll just take other people's food and he'll just say, "Acha, tu achhe kapde pehna."
That's awesome. So, amongst all of us, at least, you know, discarding me, you three, I think it's worth 800 crores here.
How?
With the monies that you guys have made on the box office.
Okay, that.
She herself is
1800 crores.
If you include Linga, you've gone into
1800 crores.
Somewhere else.
Why shouldn't you include Linga?
No, he's talking about Hindi box office.
I'm saying Hindi box office collectively on Freaky Fridays right now is worth 800.
I'm on the lower side.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Different kind of cinema.
You're getting there.
Collectively.
Usme tax bahut zyada hai government ko.
We're a team today. Yeah.
But you see somewhere that a film like Tevar has that potential
to do 1800 crores.
Not 1800, at least to touch that mark, the landmark.
Yeah, I hope it does well. Now, these landmarks and numbers will evolve and change over the course of time. I know it sounds very pragmatic to talk like this.
What is the benchmark then?
There is no benchmark because that's the beauty. I mean, a Barfi can do 120, a Milkha does 110. So there are no benchmarks. They're meant to be broken because audience is evolving, time is changing, multiplexes are coming in. Consumption is far more going to a theatre. There was a phase where people stopped going. I think they've returned. PK as an example of it again. Three Idiots about 5-7 years back took 30 odd days to touch 200. They've done it in 7. So it's out there. Audiences want to go to the theatre and watch films. So there's no point putting a number when you make a film. It'll find its own audience. That's what I always believe. Like I never in my wildest dreams, honestly speaking, imagined Two States has the potential to cross over into the number it did. Right. But that is just pure love from the audience at the end of the day. And that's something you can't assume. That's organic. That happens if the film is genuinely appreciated.
I'm sure that same thing happened with you when you did Rajniti. No one expected a Prakash Jha film to really do like
we didn't know what the limit is for a Prakash Jha film.
Rajniti, because after Satya and Zubeda, I never thought that any of my film would be successful.
That's a good one.
That's a very honest conclusion.
Yeah. Because these are the only 2 hits I had. And I don't know how industry was tolerating me, how distributors were, ready to agree with the casting where I was featuring in. But yeah, I mean, when Rajniti became successful, somewhere people felt that, ये भी एक बंदा है जो कि commercial फिल्मों में रह सकता है.
Even we have a Daniel Day Bajpayee.
Daniel Day Bajpayee.
We have it.
Yes.
But you've done so much of commercial movies, and I think Lutera being one of those rare exceptions. How would you treat Tevar as different as the other commercial movies you've done?
I think Tevar has, it makes a lot of sense. I think it's got a very good story, it's got heart, it's got soul, it's got great music, it's entertaining, it has the right emotion. So I think it's somewhere in the middle, it's a mix. It has that commercial value to it as well because of the way that it's been made, the way that it's been shot, the kind of the stuff that is the content of the film, but it doesn't lack heart and soul, So I think it's very, very, it's entertaining in a good way.
Outfit of Tevar is very, it's got all the gloss and glamour, but the heart under the costume comes from a very right place. And there is a heart. It's not just one of those frivolous films.
Yeah.
If I was a part of All India Bakchod, I would have said, while you both were on the run, how much weight did you lose?
Thank God you're not part of that. Because that wasn't even close to being funny.
Okay, sorry.
He's been running from his first film.
मैं cardio करते रहता हूँ. I've been using films as a device to just do cardio actually. Okay. It's become synonymous with me. I think Gunde overcompensated for the running bit. We eventually ran without clothes also to a certain degree.
In slow motion.
There's a lot of running posters.
But when you have Gajendra Singh, the Bahubali of Mathura, chasing
I
you.
kept on losing weight.
मैंने पेड़े तो लाया नहीं हूँ लेकिन
They were running and I was losing weight.
अगर एक इंसान पूरे गांव के सामने पूरे शहर के सामने बोले कि ढूंढिए इन्हें तो what do? You cannot stand waiting कि लोग आके ढूंढेंगे ना. Then you have to run.
Yeah.
So it's genuinely for me it's he's done a road film which was Road, but this is an on the run love story. Genuinely it's an that cat and mouse game that happens in a commercial format. Obviously with all the ingredients, but that is what it is. In one line, it's an on-the-run film. It's just genuinely relentless in the energy also that it has.
You know, you worked with veterans like Nasir Saab, Pankaj ji, and I wouldn't call you a veteran, hang on, because you're not that old. But you know, does that feeling come, being mesmerized by the talent like him?
He doesn't let you feel that way to you. Do you feel it? You felt it?
I mean, yeah, just watching him, like he transforms in front of the camera. And that is, like, he's so...
He's nonchalant
calm,
right
composed,
now.
Like very so chilled out right now, but he literally brings that, you know, that khauf jise kehte hain na, to be Gajendra Singh, you know, that he just transforms in front of the camera, and just to watch him is like you're awestruck basically.
Yeah, if you ask me as a person,
he's blushing right now, but that's
you know, the interesting thing for me at least was I didn't meet him before we started shooting, so we ended up meeting on set.
Oh, what are you saying?
And when I met him, he doesn't carry a chip on his shoulder that मुझे बहुत कुछ आता है और मैंने बहुत कुछ सीखा है और तुम अभी बच्चे हो. It's very important for a fellow actor to feel respected by your co-actor no matter how much experience they have, and that respect he gives everybody on set, including the director. He's like a child when it comes to what Amit wants, Amit will get. And that is what you learn out of working with actors who have got so much experience that they're still in it for the craft. It is the peripheral activity happens to be there. Eventually they're in it for the craft. And like she said, when he switches on, he only needs to switch on for this much time to deliver what the director wants. Like we need to try and switch on. You know, there's a warm-up because we're still getting used to it. He switches on, exactly delivers, and then he'll switch off and he'll still joke around about, yeah, lunch mein kya hai? And he, not once did he ever come, and that is something that I really respect about him as a fellow actor, is that he never once came and said, tu aise try kar le, ya tu waise kar le. That's a mark of a very, very good actor to have working, that he trusts you also as a fellow actor never to interfere or get overtly involved. You can have a conversation about the material, you talk to the director. No matter how commercial the film or how real, eventually you have to live honestly in the moment. And he gave us that.
But thank you very much. But you know, I sincerely feel that if you're not interfering with your co-actors' performance, you know, in front of the camera, you are actually opening so many doors for yourself to react, because my reaction is going to be very, very unique, you know, with each and every new actor that I'm going to work with. And if I start directing them, you know, just because I'm a little experienced, more experienced, then I'm not trying to break my limitation.
So let's see the expression here now. Like, just direct Sonakshi right now.
Okay.
Just give an expression. Let's see what the reaction is.
Let's stick to our job.
And promote Tevar. But his eyes do so much. And he just uses his eyes very nicely.
I told you we have a Daniel date.
It works very nicely in the film. It just does. You know, some people have a gift and they don't exploit it, they use it.
But what about the vice versa? What if an experienced person who also takes something from youngsters like Sonakshi?
I do, I know, and I'm not being very humble here, and I'm being very genuine, that I keep looking at the performances that my co-actors are giving. I mean, for that matter, you know, I'm working with Sonakshi or Arjun. I keep observing it. That way I'm very good, you know, because I just keep, you know, looking at them, keep looking at their preparation when they are, you know, about to face the camera, and also thinking how I'm going to react to this new kind of person, a new kind of actor, and that brings out a new Manoj Bajpayee, you know, which is very selfish, you know. So it's very essential for any actor not to stop the other actor and ask them to behave according to their own performance. No, that's the worst thing.
Convenience.
That's
तू करके बता कैसे करेगा और क्या.
So
This is your first home production.
Really?
Starring you. But
मुझे तो पता ही नहीं था देवा. ये सनसनीखेज खुलासा जो आज आपने
but
किया.
how
लोग हक्के बक्के रह गए होंगे देखते.
the question that will complete is Ishaqzade more close to your heart or Tevar?
It's very subjective. See, at the end of the day, if I had not done that, this wouldn't exist. So I had to. If I had not done Ishaqzade, where would Tevar exist? See, for me, Tevar is very pure because it's come in the most correct way possible, and I say that purely from the film industry dynamic and from the audience perspective dynamic. I could have done Tevar as my first film, but I don't think I would have got the opportunity to do it the way it's been made. It would be done keeping Arjun Kapoor only in mind. You know, कि अरे हीरो के लिए ये करना है, अरे ये बजट है, अरे ये वो, अरे खर्चा करे नहीं करे, अरे लोग देखने आएंगे. There would be second guessing every action in the film. Right now, there is a certain inbuilt foundation that I laid, and then I entered my dad's domain and said, now you make your film. You make it the way you would make it with, obviously his emotion will be towards me, but imagine there can be any contemporary actor of mine doing this film. So at least the film is made for the right reasons and the right way. Obviously the emotions I'll feel are way more for Tevar. I felt a lot of emotions for Ishaqzade, but I had to go through my process to reach here. This is life coming a full circle. I always wanted to work with my father. I wanted to work with my uncle. I wanted to be part of the fraternity in the, I would say, the most fair and correct way possible. I think doing your 6th, 7th, 8th film as in a home production is, I feel, a very decent achievement on my end to be able to do it, to give him a platform to make his kind of cinema. So I love Ishaqzade because it got me to Tevar.
And you guys are ruining the playback singers' careers. Yeah, I mean,
No,
like,
yeah, no.
everyone's
This was
starting to
a-
sing. It's a good song, though.
Yeah, they didn't offer me anything.
Yeah, thank
No, they don't want
God.
to shut it down. I said.
Thank God. No, but it's
Very respectfully yours.
some mood you've come in to sing today. All day
They
you
call
sing,
me
huh?
the mood mechanic. Tenu fix kara main aur main
There you go.
आजकल बड़े wannabe rappers. अफसोस the girl I'm the baddest.
Yeah.
Or I'm just like.
he's actually
have a head of a
showcasing his
rapper,
singing talent.
Yeah.
here.
He's
कोई तो
come
मुझे
in
ले
full
ले.
mood.
तो मतलब यार.
All these days we've been doing interviews. He has not done one line also.
But do you think,
Today
you know,
he's
when
come
you,
in full form.
when you see.
His cornrows are bringing the comedy
Yeah.
side out.
Yeah.
Oh, you're trying to be too condescending.
AIP.
Yeah. But I'm saying, you know, when you look at these names, like Kishore Kumar, you know, director, producer, singer, actor, or even a Gurudat Saab, and I think to a large extent, after a long time, I think Farhan's doing a lot of things, you know.
He's a good
so,
example.
as an actor, you think you shouldn't be subjective to just acting? You can do a lot of things. Now the foray into branching out is more? I mean, especially you?
Yeah, the opportunities are much more. I mean, people are. Yeah, it's good to be multifaceted. Yeah, I feel there's a lot of things that you can do today, and if you're good at it, you should explore it. Why not? I mean, not only as an actor, as anybody. Today, a cameraman can be a director. If a director can be a singer, director can be an actor. So why not?
Our
you know?
director is an actor.
Yeah, our
director
director
is
is an
actually
actor.
an
Amit Sharma is an actor.
If you do this interview with him, he'll play all three of us
Yeah.
and you
So
also.
why isn't he here?
Because he's a very difficult actor whose
He's,
dates are not available.
Yeah, he's a very busy man.
He's a very busy man. But Amit Sharma is genuinely, he's not a director's, he's not an actor's director. He's an actor's actor.
Yeah.
Actors, actor.
He's an actor's actor.
How
That
much of a
is,
trust would you put in a director like Amit?
कर तो ली पूरी पिक्चर
Or
he's behaving like मोहरत पे आए आप जो पिक्चर करने वाले हैं
no, I'm just saying genuinely that, you know, when you work with Prabhu sir, or when you you know, you work with experienced directors who've done so many movies, is it difficult? Does the trust issue come?
I have actually worked with all new directors. Honestly, my most experienced director is Homi Adajania, and you have to be on his wavelength to trust him.
Okay, yeah, I know that.
I have not had the pleasure of working with too many experienced directors, and in terms of filmography wise. Obviously,
Is that
Habib sir.
Amit?
Yeah, that's The Dark Knight, which is rising.
Sorry.
So yeah, I've not worked with experienced directors, but I know you can. There's an impulse where you feel attached to a director's vision or sensibility, and I think with Amit, clearly we were all on the same wavelength in the first meeting itself. And then I didn't dwell on it. They both have worked with experienced directors, and I'm sure they bring a lot to the table. A young director brings a certain energy and a spunk into a film's narrative. Tevar is, I think, reinvented on its heels as a film or in this genre only because of Amit's energy that he brought And I think that's where Manoj ji came in also into the film, is because Amit was very clear from day one that he wanted him for this role. It just balances out a lot of elements. So that, I guess Amit was the main reason why this film has come into its own also. Yeah.
I think for me, whether the director is experienced or new, I submit. I think it's nicer that way because it A, it makes your life much easier. B, I think they have a very strong vision for what they want to create. As an actor, I probably will not be able to imagine half the things that he has imagined for the film on the whole. So I think it's better that way. And with Amit, honestly, I think he's one of the finest directors I've worked with from all the films that I've done. I'm glad that he made the film the way he did, and I'm really happy that I was able to submit to him as well.
Who wouldn't say no to a hen that lays the golden eggs at the box office? So that's Sonakshi Sinha.
I don't.
He's called you a hen.
Yeah, he
But that's good, no? That lays the golden egg.
He has called you a hen. I think we should all stage a walkout.
No,
I think we should just stand up and read it.
I think you should take that matka and
break it on the head.
And you said I lay eggs.
Okay, now that's really not getting
You're
into
really
the
getting
zone that...
personal now.
Yeah.
Oops.
It's not right.
It's Arjun Kapoor.
Sir, can you just Bahubali or whatever your...
My name is Bahubali, not Bahubali.
No, Bahubali. Yeah. Not Bahubali, but yeah. So can you just interrupt this?
No, tell me.
Nobody. When the surname is Sinha, you do not interfere.
We are one team. They're all on my side.
सब खामोश हो जाते हैं.
They're
I
all
have
on
to
my
cut
side.
this right over here. But talk to me about the music. Music is catch on. The Superman has become a rage. Your song has become a rage. Madamia has suddenly caught on. A good music, does it really... How beneficial is good music? I know it will be. It's a very stupid question to ask in the first place. But do you guys wait for... I'm saying, do you guys wait for... Oh God, I hope this track works. Come on. The trailer's out. I hope the track works too.
Well, we liked all the tracks and we're hoping that everybody else likes it, and we're really happy that they did. Good music helps, yeah. I think it... when your content is good, you have good music, I think it just adds to it. You know, it's
one aspect of entertaining our audiences, at least who love our kind of films, that music does connect. Indians generally relate everything to songs. And if that allows you to get more people into the theatre, to tell a good story, then it's the perfect tool to have. It's not going away. It's never going to go away. We have to embrace it and enjoy it. And when you embrace it and enjoy it, so does the audience. It doesn't have to be that you're doing it just to fill in the songs, you know, कि अभी 6 गाने की situation डालनी. You can have 1 or 2 good songs, and that can also help the audience come into the theatre. But it's a very important marketing device to have. If you have good music, you can support the film's promotion, you can get eyeballs much more easily, because we have so many music channels. When we go for interactions with the audiences, the music of the film will play. When you talk about it, it just creates more content. So it works in both ways. It helps the film to be entertaining, and it allows you to engage the audience to come into the theatre also.
You didn't make him shake a leg?
Nobody can.
We were shaking our legs running because of what he was doing. No?
because of him.
That's enough. But hey, you should dance, man. We've never seen you.
Good that you haven't seen me dancing. That's some.
Oh yeah, you do those moves.
But in character.
Oh, in character.
In character. Yeah.
In character.
Even that is because that whatever dancing, little bit dancing that I do, what I've done in cinema, it's always keeping the character in mind, and the kind of characterization that I have given it to the character. I mean, Bikku Mahatre was a very Bombay kind of a boy, so he could dance, you know, widely. In rhythm. So in rhythm, but in Gangs of Wasseypur, if you see the film, and now when you see the film very minutely, you realize that I made him off rhythm, you know, Sardar Khan, because he is not aware of the rhythm. So
how much of the rhythm is this character of yours?
He has. I mean, there's one very brief moment when he looks at, he sees Sonakshi for the first time, and then there's a little bit of excitement that he shows, little bit. That's it. But I can't dance.
But he's playing the quintessential lover boy in the film, but the dynamic is different. He's
Dynamic is different.
Yeah, it's just that you get scared of the love that he has, but he's playing a quintessential lover boy in this film.
How much of the banter was there between Sanjay, Boni, you and your nephew? I heard a lot of good things about him. He used to Enthu.
I have a nephew.
No?
Who's part of the film's discussion. Jahan would have a discussion about Tevar.
Jahan, yeah. I heard
You've really done some other research on this.
No, but I think Sanjay told me.
Jahan, I'm sure Sanjay must have made him hear the songs and he must have reacted to all that. And he came on set a couple of times, but we didn't discuss Tevar with Jahan. People will really start thinking, हमारे पास और कुछ काम नहीं घर पे मिल गए हम 9 साल के बच्चे के साथ Tevar discuss कर रहे हैं. I argue a lot with him. And this is a very candid confession I have
him
to make.
meaning?
With them.
Achha, with them,
Sanjay and Dad. Because I have a perspective and point of view. I think they are the only ones willing to listen. So I've exploited my opportunity fully and done ulti where it comes to my perspective.
But that runs in the family.
Achha.
Yeah, whether it's Boni or Sanjay or Anil. Everybody has a point of view. Everybody has a point of view about
who came up with the title Tevar?
Everything.
Whose idea
I
was that?
did.
Oh yeah.
Because Ishaqzadeh was originally titled Tevar and then it got changed to Ishaqzadeh. Right. So there's a dialogue in Ishaqzadeh that was Pehli baar dekhe as a Tevar. And that was written keeping, so I'd always remembered Tevar. It's Yashji's title. We were searching for the most apt title.
Which are the other ones you thought before Tevar came? Or
I
it was
didn't
just
think of any. Don't look at me.
No, honestly, the moment, the
team.
first title that came to my head and I said it, and Amit. See, that's the thing. Amit and we spoke in 2-3 meetings, and we knew we were heading in the same direction. He reacted to the title. Tevar has a negative connotation in most conversations, but it's a very, very right word for this film. Everybody has an attitude, and all the characters do, and the world has an attitude. And then I asked Adi if I can use the title, and Adi was more than happy to give it to us. He wasn't using it. Yashraj wasn't using the title for any script. It just made a lot of sense with our film. It's really been appreciated. The title has so much weightage.
So much weightage. It's just so
the
right.
viraling of what attitude dekh was, it's like banging in. It's like people think, okay, picture mein attitude dekh.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it just
because
works.
every character does have a certain attitude, yeah, with which they face life and the way they handle things. So, and Tevar attitude should always be a positive thing. And
but
I think
attitude is always positive, right? I think it's the ego that
arrogance and ego. But people have always thought Tevar means that. But thankfully, like when we talk to the media, and also it's caught on in the most right way.
Yeah.
That there's a certain, like when we had heard Tashan and Dabang, these are words that you sometimes you were like, ye kis context mein Tevar as a word is not used in conversation a lot, but now suddenly people are using Tevar. I used it a lot in Gunde to promote Tevar in advance.
He's only done Gunde to promote Tevar.
It's a very cool word, Tevar. It just sounds so cool when you say it.
So I've got a surprise. Normally, as I confess on this show today that there is food on Freaky Fridays. Today there isn't. Okay. And
you thought we can do without food?
Yeah, I thought you can do something better with the presents that I've got you guys. And there was a bit of research which Arjun and Manoj will remember. So that's for you, ma'am.
What?
So you did research
unveil it.
Manoj and me and got gift for Sonakshi.
No, there's one for each. You need to open it up.
Why is mine the smallest?
Come on, Sonakshi.
What?
There's more. There's
the
check.
Shut up.
He's going to give me a check here.
Acha, that's why.
The budget था उतने में खरीदारी होगी ना.
And then I'll tell you what it is. Of course, you'll remember it. थोड़ा प्यार से खोलना.
Film memorabilia.
Well, it's something which is.
Nice, very nice.
Django.
Cool.
It's Django. So this has, so there you go.
Bastards.
And what is that? Come on, guess.
Inglourious
That's
Bastards.
Yeah, that's
Inglourious Bastard.
Reservoir.
That's Reservoir.
So of course I spoke to Sakshi.
This is Reservoir Dogs.
I called her up and I fried her head.
Really?
This is Django.
She liked Robert Downey Jr., but I could only get my hands on
but
Brad Pitt.
But I love Brad Pitt.
Your Leo is
also.
there, of course.
I'd seen Inglourious Bastards. Actually, you want to know a
Which
fun
one is
fact?
this?
Right.
She had invited me for a trial of Inglourious Bastards before it released, and I saw an uncensored version of it
This is not
I had
Reservoir Dogs.
at Ad Labs.
Why don't I remember this?
Because I was so irrelevant in people's lives. Rohit and me had come.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
And this
Your
is
brothers
Reservoir
were
Dogs.
watching
Reservoir Dogs,
at Ad
right.
Labs. It was.
Oh, it's not Kate.
It's Kate.
It's not Kate. Please don't call it Kate. So this is an artwork by a very dear friend of mine, Prasad Bhatt.
It's very cool.
From Bangalore.
Okay.
इनका number दीजिए मुझे.
Do you like
so
Inglourious Bastards?
I loved Inglourious.
Can I keep yours?
And what's the common thing? Come on, let's test a bit of intelligence. What's the common thing that binds all three? Yeah, there you go.
What?
All three are talented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Shut up.
it's for the
I
keeps.
did hear him.
It's for the
It
keeps.
is, definitely
You
is.
can
It's your-
choose whichever one you
It's your 2014 gift to come into 20. Okay, there you go.
I thought you will dwell on it.
No.
She made a very quick selection.
I just like the colors, and I love Django also.
Okay,
I
I
love
think
it.
he'll love. And he's seen Inglourious Bastards.
Which one is that?
And I think you should keep this because
He's still
this is the
figuring
first
it out
screening
which one
I
is
invited
who.
you for.
That's Brad Pitt.
And then
Inglourious
I have a cushion that has Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, you have?
This is very cool.
And the ironical thing is not that I look
Give
like
me the number of this guy. Yeah.
not
I
that
will
I
give you
look
the
like
number.
Brad Pitt or anything, but I have a portrait of Snatch also in my room, which has Brad Pitt in that.
Snatch, Inglourious Bastards,
Mickey's,
and which is that other? Brad Pitt. Fight Club are my favorite films.
Oh, Brad Pitt. He's done many more. I'll show you.
But those are my favorite films of his. Now I can't like have
ब्रैड
all
और मैं अक्सर ये
name
बातें
all.
करते हैं तेरी शक्ल मेरे पास होती तो कैसा
करते रहो ये बात.
तेरी आंखें मेरे पास होती
But I think.
इनकी बीवी मेरे पास होती तो कैसा होता
Oops.
और इनके 6000 बच्चे वो भी रख लेना साथ में.
इतने पैसे जो कमाते हैं उसमें तो बच्चे भी समझ जाते हैं
बच्चे आराम से बोलते हैं यार.
So great. So this is for the keeps. Please keep it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. It's really
And
nice.
yeah, so I wish the next time we meet, I can give you some reminiscence in terms of a Tevar caricature.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
that would be
That
really
would be
cool.
That would be cool.
But you should tell him to make one for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, on that note, thanks for coming.
Thank you very much.
And yeah, hope Tevar shows the attitude at the box office now.
9th January.
9
9
January.
January.
Yes.
It is.
2015.
Show your Tevar.
Show your Tevar.
Great.